So the Happy Ghast. I don't think that anybody has missed the fact that there's now a Happy Ghast in Minecraft. And if you somehow, despite all the teasers, trailers, YouTube videos, even the freaking launcher background image, if you have somehow missed it through all of that, first of all, I'm actually impressed. Second of all, you have lived under a rock, my friend. So, one of my favorite things about this new mob is that it gives you an opportunity to fly pretty early game. Like way before you have an elytra, you can get a Happy Ghast like pretty quickly. But I started to wonder, how early is early game? So for that reason, in this video, I will be trying to get the Happy Ghast as absolutely fast as I can. Basically, I am speedrunning Minecraft, but not killing the Ender Dragon. I am speedrunning a Happy Ghast. So obviously I made a world, called it Happy Ghast, because that's what we're doing today. Look at this dried ghast and this ghast in the background of this loading screen. Oh, and I should probably also mention that this was my first time ever trying to get the Happy Ghast. I had never tried it, and honestly, I should have done better research on how it even works, because I went into this challenge with one TikTok, seeing one TikTok of somebody getting it next to one of the in the Nether, like next to one of the big bone structures. That was all I knew. I knew it could be there. I wasn't sure if it could be anywhere else, so the bone structures was what I went for. But before I can go for one of those, I need to get some basic resources. I just got some wood, and now it's time for some cobblestone, and probably some iron and coal as well. So I started scouting the area for that, and I was pretty lucky because there was this big area, and I got some coal from it. I got a lot of exposed stone, and here I started scouting the ocean for ruined portals, because they are very, very easy to spot in the ocean. And obviously I wanted to see if I could just complete one of those. But I got some more coal and some more, and you get the point. And I am finally upgrading my pickaxe. I don't know why I waited until the first one broke before getting a new one, because obviously wooden pickaxes are slow, and I'm trying to speed run this thing. But with all this exposed stone, I was hoping that there would also be some exposed iron, and I thought I saw some on the side of this cliff while I was running around. So this is me trying to find it and succeeding. So I deem that a big success. But there's more than just coal and iron that I'm gonna need. I'm also gonna be running around a lot, so I need food. And I mean a lot of food. And then, obviously, I was trying to craft a crafting table with a crafting table, or what? I don't even know. Here I'm making some dye and coloring my... Oh yeah, I didn't have the same color wood, so I needed to dye them before I could make a bed with them. And a bed is a good idea because monsters, and I am not a fighter. And a furnace also because I needed to cook the food, but oh wait, there's a way smarter way to do this. Yep, let me just use this furnace and some wood, and yep, okay, yes. Way more efficient. Like, this is a good time saver when you're trying to do a speed run. And now let's get a good night's sleep before we continue getting some more coal. Just, you know, getting my stuff back. This isn't very exciting footage. I don't know why I decided to include this full time, but let's explore the area a bit more. I'm still hoping at this point to find a ruined portal with enough obsidian in it to just, you know, use the portal, because it's a pretty easy and quick way of, you know, going to the Nether, and, you know, it just seems easier than having to find an entire lava pool and building the portal on its own. But unfortunately, every ruined portal that I seem to find just didn't have obsidian in it at all. And here I'm being ambushed by monsters, which was great. Because I don't have a single weapon other than my freaking stone pickaxe, but we're friends, right? Yeah, okay, good. We are not friends, because creepers don't give a shit that it's daytime. They just hate me all year round. But you can't get up here because you are dumb as fuck. I didn't say it. I did not say that. I did say that. Okay, now I have become Aquaman, and I am swimming to my next destination. The cave was excruciatingly boring, so I just decided to go further and try to find something better because that was incredibly boring, but I got some iron at least. Why is this exposed stone so much better than going into caves? Like, every cave I entered was just so boring and had nothing but stone and maybe, if I was lucky, some andesite, but that wasn't really what I was going for. But I traveled long and far until I needed more food, actually, and then a thunderstorm started, so that was just great, and I got a freaking jump scare right here. Like, I thought the bed was supposed to warn me that monsters were nearby so that I couldn't sleep, but no, I was just woken up in the middle of the night by a zombie attacking me. I got so scared when I was playing, and it looks so anticlimactic when you look at it now, but I was scared. Anyways, let's continue the mission I was on, getting some food while a thunderstorm started, and then just trying to find a goddamn ruined portal, and me getting distracted again by more food and then more food. I'm a very distracted person apparently, but I did find a village right there on the top of the mountain, so that was a nice and convenient place for a village to spawn. Let me just find a way to climb this mountain real quick. Anything in here? No? Okay, wonderful. What about in here? No, nothing. What about in here? A villager, but what about up here? No, nothing here either. Well, that was boring. Let me just steal all your food because I'm a thief apparently. There were a few more houses, but they were up on top of the mountain, so I had to parkour my way up there real quick, and I entered every single house in this damn village, and I found no chests in that whole village. Anyways, let me just move on from that disappointment by getting some more iron and coal in this nearby cave, and then I tried to get up as high as I could to scout for ruined portals, again with no luck. Like, what is going on? I feel like you used to stumble upon these all the time, like you almost tripped over them if you weren't careful, and now I can't find a single one. That's crazy. Okay, anyways, I ended up finding this lava pool right here next to the village, so I decided that this was a good spot to build my own nether portal since I wasn't having any hope finding one, and I am not really that skilled in this game with all the technical stuff, so instead of doing the quick thing, I am doing another quite quick thing. I mean, I don't need a diamond pickaxe, but it's not that speedrunning method where you just have a portal in 0.5 seconds. But I have a portal now, and I have the water here for when I get the little ghast thing. Then I had another good night's sleep, and almost 30 minutes into the game, I decided to try and see if I could find a ruined portal again. This time not for the obsidian. I wanted to see if I could get some golden armor and flint and steel too, obviously. But I ended up finding no portal, even though I'm running around hopelessly. But I did find some gravel for some flint and steel so that I could light my own portal, which was obviously pretty important. And now I'm just prepping for entering the Nether, which means I want to have a chest where I can put some of my stuff in and then make at least like a decent weapon and then a shield, because I want to feel just like remotely prepared for this. And let's see if we're lucky with the spawn. I mean, a Soul Sand Valley would be the optimal top tier spawning point, but I wasn't that lucky. I spawned in a warped forest instead, and then I got some gold because I need golden armor if the piglins should not come attack me in a horde. And then I looked around for Soul Sand Valley. I found this basalt, but then I didn't have a crafting table, so I had to go back and, you know, craft a pickaxe so that I could actually get some material to tower up there. And once I had enough netherrack to make a little tower thing, I went up to this basalt area that I thought might lead me to somewhere new because it looked like there was an entrance of some sort, and I realized that it was literally the most boring place I had ever been. So I scratched that plan, and instead I traveled this way, which was like the only place where I could get without literally bridging across an entire lava lake. So that was literally the only reason why I chose this direction. But I ended up being correct in my guessing, because it did lead me to a Soul Sand Valley. And first, I was just looking around for some ghasts or something that could entirely ruin my life while I was trying to look for the little dried ghast, but I did see a bone structure up here, so I was hoping that this was one of the ones with a ghast, and it was! Look at that! A little dried ghast. Okay, the dried ghast has been acquired, and it is time for me to run home before something eats me in this hellscape that is the Nether. I had a little bit of trouble finding the portal, not because I'd forgotten the direction, but because there was lava everywhere and it was hard to actually get in the direction of the portal. But I managed to get there in the end, and I was ready to head home and just rehydrate my new little ghastling friend. It was night again when I returned, so I guess I've been in there for like 10 minutes or something, probably. We are at 48 minutes while I have acquired the dried ghast, but it takes about 20 minutes. I saw on Google, I didn't time it. It takes around 20 minutes for the dried ghast to actually rehydrate. So there was not really much else for me to do than cover the portal and wait. Right here, I'm literally googling how to make a harness for the ghast. So apparently we need leather, we need glass, and we need a piece of wool. So like this, we have a yellow harness prepared for our little ghastling to grow up. But I read on Google that feeding them snowballs for some reason helps make them grow up faster. And obviously this is a speed run, and we are counting the moment I am sitting on the ghast flying around. So I decided to go get some snowballs, or 10 million. Do you think this is enough? And then I returned with all my snowballs to just wait and 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 wait some more, and then finally, after what felt like 10 hours of looking at my screen with no action happening, here is a little ghastling, and isn't it adorable? Time to absolutely feed it non-stop with these snowballs, because I really want this challenge to be over at this point. I was aiming for around an hour, and obviously we are at an hour and 10 minutes now, so I need to hurry up if I need to call it an hour approximately. But right here, the ghast grew up, and at 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 9 seconds, I was flying around on my Happy Ghast. So, if you really want to try and speedrun it, you can get a Happy Ghast approximately an hour into your game. You can probably do it a bit better than me, since I didn't really know what I was doing, and you have probably done more proper research than I did. But I would say this is very early game compared to an elytra, and I know there are speedrunners out there who can get an elytra in half an hour, but I am not those. So yeah, that is it for this video, and thank you for watching all the way to the end. Also, I'm a very new YouTuber, as you can probably see, so subscribing and liking this video, writing a comment, anything really, would mean so much to me. Please go tell the algorithm that you like my video in any way that you want to and can, and thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Hopefully see you soon. Bye!